Happy Tuesday, second day of the week. Let's go. So today we'll be reading Financial Literacy for All by John Hope Bryant, one of my favorite books. It's about finances and getting your finances in order. And we're going to start where we left off at yesterday, page 60. I'm going to start at 63. Dr. King's dream was of a nation that would not only provide civil rights, but also pave the way for economic rights, ensuring a robust middle-class life was accessible to all, regardless of their robust middle-class life, regardless of their race. He deeply understood the limitations of having the right to sit at the counter, but not having the means to afford the meal. Unfortunately, Dr. King was assassinated before the campaign could gain full momentum. I like to think that his economic vision persists today and finds resonance with organizations like Operation Hope. Now, this was just after the middle of the 20th century. We are talking about here less than 75 years ago. That means that less than 2 generations ago, entire groups of people couldn't vote, couldn't even censor establishments legally, and had very few and treacherous ways of climbing the socioeconomic ladder. I make this point to underscore the ridiculousness of those who submit that blacks should be fine by now. The math of the matter is that this nation was engaged in the broken capitalism of slavery for 250 years, about 2/3 of the existence of the nation itself. And up to this day, almost 75 years since the start of the civil rights movement, blacks and other minority groups are still fighting for equal access to the American dream. The truth is that black Americans have never been allowed to fully participate in the free enterprise system. Progress has been made, yes, but we're still dealing with the repercussions of centuries of exclusion and disenfranchisement. As we reflect on these historical narratives, remember that we're not revisiting history just for the sake of it. These stories serve as a critical reminder of why financial literacy is not a luxury, it's a necessity, and it's our collective responsibility to make it accessible for all. Of course, I wonder all the time, what would have happened to the dream of freedom for all had the dreamer not been slain? I say all the time today that financial literacy is not, it is, when they say it's not, the civil rights issue of this generation and part of a new civil rights movement. But what if Dr. King had lived and advanced this critically important unfinished work? Think about that for a moment. Would this have naturally led to financial literacy becoming a part of Dr. King's movement? Of course, we will never know. But Dr. King's chief lieutenant, Dr. Andrew Ju Young, today, the global spokesman for Operation Hope, often says, to live in a system of free enterprise, and yet not to understand the rules of free enterprise, is the very definition of slavery. Bill Fair. I agree with them. And this is also the essence of financial literacy today. This is also a problem we can solve. Each of these moments in history was not only on an attack on the black community, but also a systematic dismantling of black wealth. They have contributed significantly to the racial wealth gap we see today. According to the Brookings Institution, the net worth of a typical white family was nearly 10 times greater than that of a black family in 2020. This is not a matter of individual effort or personal responsibility. This is a matter of systematic failure. It's a failure of our institutions and our society to ensure that all citizens, regardless of their race, have a fair shot at the American dream. The economic disparity and wealth gap we see in a modern America are the echoes of a system that has reportedly crashed black prosperity. These historical events have not only shaped the modern economic landscape, but they also underline the importance of economic empowerment for black Americans. Financial literacy is one of the most vital tools in the quest to navigate and succeed within a rigid financial system. Despite the setbacks that they face as a nation in our journey toward progress and restoration, most of us remain hopeful. It's embedded in our national DNA. Taking the lessons from the first and second Reconstructions, Operation Hope is investing, educating the African American community that has never been fully embraced. The Native American Indians whose land was stolen from them. The poor whites who were left behind when we shifted a manufacturing company, and every other group that has been left out of the mainstream success participation game, including the whole half of our population that are women. It is about teaching them how to win in America, how to write checks and not just cash them, how to become builders and wealth creators at scale. In today's day and age, we need to remember what really matters. Hatred doesn't matter. The real color to be concerned with is not black, brown, or white race. It isn't red or blue politics, or pink or blue, or rainbow gender either. The color that will unite us all is green, as in the color of U.S. currency. Third Reconstruction will be the one that democratizes financial knowledge, making the American dream accessible to all. And it begins with each one of us. Thank y'all for tuning in. This was Financial Literacy for All by John O'Brien. One of my favorite finances books. Teach you about finances and about money and keeping the bag. We're gonna stop at page 65. So that's where we're gonna start later or tomorrow. It's gonna be a new chapter, chapter 4, how the poor whites got left behind. Thank y'all for y'all time. Make sure y'all like, follow, share, subscribe, all that. The best is here. We global.